All right, I'm Amin Shaw. Welcome to Say What I Mean. And this is The Shy, Season 3, Episode 5, spoiler review. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, make sure you watch the episode and then come back to this video. Before I get into this review, if you're feeling the content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share, click that notification bell. Definitely trying to grow the channel. Now, let's get into it. Now, so far this season, the writing kind of been all over the place, in my opinion. Storylines haven't been completed, complete change of characters, and yeah, it definitely just been everywhere so far. It's kind of like they gave a kid a crayon. I call it crayons, but like I know most people say crayons. So, just in case you don't know what a crayon is, it's a crayon. That's my little accent, but that's neither here nor there. It's like they gave a kid a crayon and they just started writing all over the place on the wall. That's how the writing been this season. Did it get back on track? Well, let's find out. So I was kind of surprised how the episode started off. It started off with them revealing right away where Keisha was at. We see all these track trophies, we see medals, and then we see Keisha in a tub getting bathed by this creepy guy. Now, I thought it was her former track coach, but my people over there at thekali.com, shout outs to everybody on the Kali. I've been on that site for years. If you're into hip hop, and certain other topics, you might want to check it out. But anyway, they were saying that it wasn't the track coach. They saying that it's some guy named Omar, which I missed because I completely thought it was the track coach because that's the way it looks. And if it's not her former coach, who is this guy? Did he work at the school? Because he had her dressed up in her high school uniform. Um, I don't know. So I guess we have to see exactly who this guy is and exactly what's going on. But I was surprised they revealed where she was right away because they've been dragging out this storyline this entire season. And for me, I, it was kind of annoying because I thought the storyline was way too drawn out. But in the way it was going, I thought they wasn't going to reveal where Keisha was at until like the very last episode or maybe the episode before that. So I was happy, right away. Okay, we know where Keisha was at. And I get to brag a little bit about my predictions. See, I told y'all she wasn't dead, because it wouldn't have made sense. I thought if you watch the very first episode of the season, she got this chain or bracelet by Dre, and it has something to do with her always returning back home. So just from that, I thought she was still alive and somehow is going is going to get back to her house. But they revealed where she was at. She getting bathed. This dude is real creepy. You see that he feeding her Cheerios and saying "Daddy this, Daddy that." It's like just real creepy stuff. When he leaves, he got a cameras everywhere in wherever she's at. It looks like maybe she's in a basement somewhere. Not really sure, or maybe some type of I don't know where she at, but anyways, cameras everywhere. So even when she goes to the restroom, it's like a camera in the restroom, and he looking at her go to the bathroom, talking about smile for daddy. I mean, it's real weird. I'm just like, okay, this is like beyond creepy. This is beyond weird. But if somebody goes to that extent to capture a young girl like that, I mean, they definitely have some issues. They definitely will be creepy and weird. So, um, I don't got a problem with how that was written, but it's still kind of uncomfortable to look at. It's still like unsettling. So there's a power outage in this episode, right? And that was a theme to a lot of the storylines that was going on. So when the power outage happens, that's Keisha a chance to escape. And the problem is she's locked up. Like there's locks on the doors, all these doors is locked. And basically, I'm gonna get to the point. She was able to get free. Um, the thing that, okay, the thing that I have a problem with in these scenes, right? Okay, she finally get out of the locked door, right? And there was another locked door. She heard somebody's coming, right? When she busts through the second locked door, she just falls down and just like smiling like she escaped. I'm like, you don't remember? You just heard somebody was coming. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, to me, it would have been better if she would have got out of there, but didn't hear dude coming up, right? Because I can understand you being kind of excited once you bust out, but you just heard somebody. I mean, why would you just basically celebrate your escape when you know a dude is coming? It doesn't make sense to me. And the other thing that don't make sense is, when old boy, I think his name is Omar, apparently, snatch her back up, she screams, right? And it just so happens Ronnie's the only person out there that hear her screaming. And he's like, Keisha? Keisha? I'm like, all right. How would Ronnie know that's Keisha screaming? First of all, you know. Secondly, I don't believe they ever had any interaction in the previous seasons. So I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. So that part just didn't make sense to me. I thought that could have been executed a little bit better, in my opinion. But that's just me. I'm not trying to be over critical, but I just like things to line up. I can suspend my belief in certain scenarios if it's well written and everything lines up with the writing. But in my opinion, that just didn't line up. So we see where that storyline goes. We'll see what happens next episode. But this is one thing that I think I could say with confidence that Keisha is not going to escape without Ronnie help. You see how they're trying to redeem his character. He got baptized. I don't know what happened to him chilling with common character and him being possibly converting to Islam. I don't know what happened. That storyline seemed like that just went in the trash, but that's neither here nor there. He hanging out with Papa's father. Um, so I guess this is going to be Ronnie redemption. Ronnie Redemption. Maybe that's what the season should be called, or a spinoff, Ronnie Redemption, But yeah, Keisha definitely gonna need Ronnie help to escape. Now let's go on to Emmett. Now, again, I have again with writing not lining up. I'm still having a little bit of trouble with some of this, right? So he's still running the after hour spots at Sunny without telling Sunny and all that, right? But you remember the first night they did it, Lala was overwhelmed and she was like, you need to give me some help because it was just too many people, et cetera, right? Now, it seemed like they just rocking right now with no trouble. Like, Emma still didn't give her no help. She's still doing all the cooking, everything by herself. How she's maintaining now with no help. You know, it seems like they abandoned that storyline as well. Because what I thought is he was going to get a little team going and, help her prep, help her do, whatever she needs to do to serve the people that's coming after hours, right? No, it's still just her and Emmett, and that's it. So like again, stuff is not lining up. But let's put that to the side for now, right? So Sonny is talking to Emmett, talking about, yeah, people saw you leaving at 2 a.m. instead of just coming clean. Emmett lies, and when the blackout happens, they get the spot rocking with I don't know if they had generators there with lights or whatever, but anyway, they had a smoker. They was, smoking chicken, and the spot was popping, right? Um, but Sonny comes back and basically ethers Emmett and basically fire him and just tells him about himself, about like, you still a boy, you wasn't man enough to tell me. And this doesn't make sense to me either. Yo, how the fly get in my house? Like this fly is flying back and forth in the middle of my review. But I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get that fly later because I'm not about to stop this video because of that. Anytime you're doing something successful, um, there's always some distraction, right? Trying to throw you off. But I'm a G about mine. I'm not going to get distracted. And this fly keep flying back and forth. So, but never mind. Anyway, I don't see how I was just honest with y'all. Emmett could have been honest with Sonny about that. Because I think Sonny would have allowed Emmett to run the after hour spot if he would have came to him with the proposal. You know, um, so I never really understood why Emmett was trying to hide it in the first place. It didn't really make sense, especially if he was planning to help Sonny pay the rent later on anyway. He could have just came to Sonny because they had that type of relationship. So, it doesn't make sense why he was lying and going through all that. Now to Emmett mother Jada, she meets Tomas family and apparently they dating. Like this is kind of rush. I'm like, didn't they just start? I didn't even know they was dating. I thought they went on like maybe one date or something like that. But she already meeting his family. I'm like, okay, isn't that kind of fast? But whatever. So she goes there, and his family's kind of annoying, asking her can she speak Spanish, and then when she says she couldn't, they act like they have a problem with it, right? Like I don't know why they would have a problem with that. Maybe they just want Tomas to be with somebody that's more familiar with their culture or whatever. But like I don't know why you would assume she could speak Spanish, but whatever. Then they mentioned he had an ex-wife that died, and of course, Jada always say the wrong things in these situations. And she was like, "Oh, good." Basically, she didn't mean it was good that she died. She meant, you know, I'm glad that he's not still married because that's what she was thinking. But it just came off bad. It seemed like Jada got maybe some social anxiety about being in these type of situations. So you saw what happened with the speed dating. That was a funny scene too. She seems not to know what to say in these type of situations. She was in the bathroom, almost had a panic attack. You know, um, but it seems like Jada and Tomas' relationship is going forward. But to me, it it seemed like they're moving pretty fast, and the relationship is kind of rushed, in my opinion. Now, Trig is back, and social worker came. He don't know how to talk to the social worker, snapping. I'm like, yeah, that's really going to make them. That's really going to make them be on your side with getting Jake back. Not really smart. Um, I don't know. That whole scene was kind of weird. It was Amari was there, and they had trans. They had another trans woman there as well, along with another gay dude. I guess maybe that goes back to a few episodes ago where Imani was like, "I need to be around my people." So it seemed like her people is, I guess, chilling there now or whatever. Um, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to really, really say about. this scene and this storyline because um, Amadi, she said she was about to leave because she said she has a past. And again, this doesn't make sense to me, right? It was this whole story about her father um, caught her dressed in drag, or whatever, right? And the father basically was going to kill her with the knife, and then she states that the cops knew it was self-defense, right? So if the cops knew it was self-defense, how do you have a record on that? Like that's what I didn't get. I mean, y'all help me out in the comments. Like, am I missing something? Like, why is that? Why would that be an issue if you saying that the cops knew it was self-defense and you never went to jail over that? How do you have a record on that? Doesn't make sense to me. I'm kind of lost, y'all. I don't know. I don't know where that was going. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Um, Again, I get a lot of the points they be trying to make here. They try to send certain messages, but some of it is so overt, and I think that it doesn't need to be that heavy-handed. Um, and if you're trying to make a point, I think it needs to line up. You know what I'm saying? I had the same issue a few episodes ago where they was in the gay bar and basically was trying to say that Trig was kind of be confused about his sexuality, but the way they executed it was all off to me. It was kind of messed up because in that specific situation, Trig actually wasn't in the wrong. And again here, if it was self defense, it wouldn't even be in your records like that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I could be wrong. Y'all help me out in the comments. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. And again, I'm about to go to Duda, right? And I don't know. They start off with Duda and his wife having a sex scene, and their sex scene was mad weird and awkward. I was like, I was like, all right. I was like, this is weird. Like he flipped her over. I was like, okay, this is. I was like, I don't know. This is kind of weird, but hey, whatever. I'm gonna put that to the side for now. So I'm still trying to figure out Duda and his wife relationship. Like she was out of town. Now that he's running for mayor, she's back without any warning. I'm like, okay, I don't really get their relationship. Why was she estranged from him? What is their background? They haven't got into that yet. So maybe in later episodes they would kind of flush that out more because I'm not really sure why she was gone this whole time. It kind of not making sense to me. Um, anyway, you see Duda taking advantage of the blackout situation. He's sending his employees to deliver pizzas to people and all that. So he making the best of the situation, and his wife is going to get him on the front page. So you see him and Jake continue to build upon their relationship, kind of like a father-son relationship. And I don't know. And here's where this storyline kind of drop off for me as well. I know it seemed like I'm being extremely picky, but like for me, this is the way my brain works, right? So, Big Mike grabbed Dude that spray painted Duda campaign sign, and Duda basically asked what the issue is, and Dude say that Harold Washington, right? And you remember the previous episode, that's the reason why he wanted to run for mayor because the teacher told him he couldn't be Harold Washington, kind of like a homage or a throwback to, Malcolm X, where his teacher told him he couldn't be a lawyer. So when Dude tell him that, Duda like decks him, starts stumping him, and stumping him. and stump him some more. He stumped the mess out of old boy. So Duda gets it in, as we know, right? The thing that I didn't get about the situation where it doesn't line up to me, right? Jake was there, and Jake just seemed traumatized by that, right? I'm like, Jake saw a whole bunch of stuff the previous 2 seasons was spending time with his brother, right? Was spending time with Reggie, right? Him and like he saw Reg do a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't I don't know why he would be so traumatized by this. It's kind of not lining up to me because he seen a lot of stuff, right? And it seemed like Jake's character has completely changed. Like last year, he was on some, want to be tough guy stuff, right? And this year, he kind of almost is the complete opposite. Like what happened. Also, we never really hear Jake talk about how he feel about Reg being murdered. We don't really hear nothing about that, right? I don't know. Did he think Duda was different? But I thought that he kind of knew who Duda was and how Duda could get down. You know, um, I just don't think he would be as traumatized as the scene led on to be, in my opinion. But anyway, he runs back and he goes to Trig house. And don't Jake know that Trig kind of got this street background as well? So I don't know. To me is not making sense to me. But hey, I could be wrong. Y'all let me know in the comments. Is this lining up with y'all? Y'all let me know. So the best part of the show, as I say every week, is the kids, right? You had Kevin and Gemma relationship. They starting to really build with each other. The only thing about their relationship is Gemma, she be doing too much sometimes, man. Like, I'm sorry. I let it go last week, but she was kind of getting on my nerves last week as well. Like, I understand that she's a very smart girl, right? And she got a lot going for her. I like her, but the problem is, it seemed like she got to let people know that she's the smartest person in the room, and that is a problem because that can get very annoying to people. You think you would know it all, and that's a problem. You know, um, Hopefully they change her character a little bit, and also, Kevin is always defending her, but like, you've been friends with Jake for years on end. You would think he would do a better job just sitting them both down, just be like, yo, both of y'all need to stop tripping and get along. But instead, he always just taking up for Gemma and ready to fight Jake. Like, I don't know. Hopefully, they switch that up pretty soon. Papa and Maisha, I guess they are official item. I thought they was already official, but I guess they made it so this episode it's good to see where that's going. Even though they kind of just flushed Maisha and Kevin's storyline from last year down the drain, but that's a different story too. So they go to this haunted house, but the lights go off. They think it's because of paranormal activity, but just because of the blackout. They end up going different routes because Gemma, she didn't want to listen to Maisha and Jake, and they walking down. Her and Kevin end up walking down the street where they tell them don't walk down, and they get impressed and all that. But eventually they do make it to Sunny's, and they meet Papa and Maisha there. They dance and having a good time. So I like their storylines. Like, if it was a show just about the children, I would definitely watch that, man, because like they definitely my favorite part of the show so far this season. Like, I just like their storyline. I like how I like the chemistry between them. So like that's the most entertaining part of the show. Now overall, I guess it's a okay episode. Like I'm finally glad that we know where Keisha is at. I'm glad at least that part is done. But overall, again, this is definitely the worst season out of the three. Again, it's suffering for not really having a main character, in my opinion. Um, Storylines not being flushed out. That's a real problem to me, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we 5 episodes in. I I, I don't know. Maybe the second half of the season will be better, but this season is a little bit disappointing to me. I'm going to keep watching because it's not terrible, but considering how much I enjoyed the previous 2 seasons, I gotta be honest. I'm kind of disappointed with the season. Not even going to front to y'all. I'm not even going to hold it. I'm not even going to hold y'all. But it is what it is. Stay tuned. I'm gonna keep with it because, like I said, it's still watchable, and I do want to finish it out. But yeah, I was expecting a lot more for the season. But this is Amin Shaw. Say what I mean. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell. Yeah, I'm talking about different topics here. I'm building my playlist, so go right to the playlist, select what topics you want to focus on. But anyway, I am out, and now it's time for me to go find that fly. Me and my wife got some cats. They gonna help us, man, because that fly tried to disturb my video, tried to throw me off, and I wasn't having it. So, I gotta handle my business now. Peace.